So in the next video, I'll talk about the payment gateway itself that I've used to pay my charges. A tenant can pay the charges. So what I've used is basically a Cardknox payment gateway. So what does it do? How Cardknox works? To pay, we need to have a customer. Without a customer, we can't pay. So that means whoever is paying should have a customer object or customer data in the Cardknox database. That's basically it. After that, I'm using a direct customer. I think it's there for when we end a lease or remove future tenant, cancel movies. So I'll just use the direct customer. It's for the future implementations. And so I'll just show you how it's implemented. So we have the URL to create customer. We have the software name, version, the fields that Cardknox wants. It's in their documentation, nothing crazy going on. I used some interfaces as Cardknox explicitly doesn't provide any interfaces, so it's very hard to detect their data type, response type. So I created from their docs, I created a specific interfaces for create customer, create iToken, payment method, I one time interface, one time payment, something like that. So over here I have the iCustomer and it creates a customer. So if the response data doesn't include any customer ID while creating a customer, that means no customer was created, so we will throw an error. And if it throws an error, so wherever this function was called, that means that function, the master function, the mother function, will obviously have session over there. And if there's an occur, that means the full flow will be disrupted, even though the Cardknox is a third-party implementation. So that's the power of sessions over there. So that's that. We have the create customer, we have the customer body where we are just generating customer body, nothing crazy going on. And then we have the generate token and create payment method. What does generate token mean? So on Stripe, we directly use their Stripe payment portal, where we generate a payment link from Stripe, and then it routes the user to a payment portal which is from Stripe itself, where we are giving the card number, expiration, etc. So for Cardknox, it kind of works differently. What it does is basically it takes the card number, expiration, and the name. It creates a token using these three fields. So over here I have the X key, which is the Cardknox key, which is very easy to have. Like we create a merchant account and we will have the Cardknox key. The name, the card number, expiration, and the version is 500. It's the default version. Software name, my software version, and I'm using the save. So for that I create a token. So over here you can see that it can be approved or it can be errored. You have the status, there is an error code, reference, expiration, blah blah blah. The thing we need is this X token. So while creating a token, if the response body doesn't have the X token, that means there was an error. So we throw the X error wherever the error it is, and if it works, then we will just pass on the token. That's easy. Now to create a payment method. So obviously when we are trying to add a payment, we will use a payment method on which method we are paying. Is it via card, is it via credit card, is it via debit card, is it via ACH or wire or something like that. So we are creating a payment method. So for now we are using card token type is a credit card. So it means CC means credit card. So for now I'm currently using credit card. So that's that. So we have the customer, which is important. We have the token from the generate token, expiration, and the name. I use those fields to create a payment method. Yeah, a payment method has to have four things: reference, a result is error or success. Error, if there's an error, that means it will error, or else it will have a payment method ID. That's the basic thing. So over here I have, if it doesn't have a payment method ID, that means an error was occurred, so else it will return the payment method. For generating a payment method, I'm using this. Why this is important, I'll just explain a bit in a moment. So now, as we are currently using one-time payment, even though Cardknox provides, if I go over here, you will see that customer can pay recurring payments from one time, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5. From 5 times, I think the customer can pay their the the payments. So it was schedule at a scheduling payment, something like that. So that's basically it. As now for each payment we are using one time payment. So That's pretty simple. What we are doing is, it's the master function itself that we currently use. And what it's currently using is basically, it tries to create a token. Yeah, if this function throws an error, it throws an error, and the error will be thrown to the mother function as well, and it will disrupt the session. So we are good to go with it, and we are creating a payment method. After that, I'm hitting with all the things I get. I hit the Cardknox URL for one-time payment or transaction API, or or the transactions. So it will for processing a transaction, which is a one-time payment, and it will hit the one-time payment. For one-time payment, I have the reference error result E or S, error payment gateway status, payment gateway error message, etc. So that's basically it, request body, etc. So after that, it will basically return the res, as we need the full thing. So after creating a response, it can be either be success or error, right? But we have created a payment method, a default payment method was created. So if we don't create this payment method, next time the user pays with another card, even with another card, and the card doesn't have cash or credit that much, what Cardknox will do is basically they will use the default payment method, which is not we want. So that's why we created a temporary payment method, and we will delete the payment method. And after that, if the response result is E, or it contains error, or the payment gateway status is error, that means there was an error. So data error, data payment gateway status, whatever the error we got, else we return the full response data, but which we are using as like this. So over here, if we go to the income, we are using the Cardknox reference result, okay, gateway reference term, gateway status, gateway error message, etc, etc. So that's that. So that's how Cardknox has been implemented into this management system.